Resigning his royal title, why Alan Cumming is returning an honor given to him by the late Queen Elizabeth. Plus, what the Academy got wrong. Out Magazine's editor-in-chief is here to share his thoughts on this year's Oscar nominations. And the passing of an icon. We're remembering the life and legacy of the original Wednesday Addams. Welcome to Advocate Today. I'm Tracy E. Gilchrist, and thank you for joining me. Scottish actor Alan Cumming is cutting ties with what he calls the toxicity of the British Empire. He says he is returning his OBE, which stands for Officer of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire. Queen Elizabeth gave Cumming the OBE back in 2009. It's the second highest ranking award in the British government and is given to those who are making a positive impact in their field. Cumming's work extends far beyond the screen with his activism for the LGBTQ+ community. He's bisexual and has participated in a number of campaigns for equal rights. Cumming credits the Queen's passing as the catalyst for making this decision, saying that it sparked conversations about the role of the monarchy and its role in terrible acts. Harvard students are protesting a teacher who's accused of forcibly kissing and groping 3 graduate students. Last week, the students walked out of a class taught by Dr. John Komaroff. One video shows a student stand up to read a statement, soon followed by others. The group chants "Justice for Survivors" before walking out. In February of last year, 3 students filed a lawsuit claiming Komaroff threatened to sabotage their careers if they complained. His attorneys have denied the allegations. The countdown is on to the biggest night in Hollywood, the Academy Awards. The nominations for 2023 are out, and while there were some wins for diversity and inclusion, there were also some misses. I spoke with Out Magazine editor-in-chief Daniel Reynolds about where the Academy got it right and where it didn't. Or a couple others. Keke Palmer for Nope was not nominated. Keke's queer. And that was a really fun movie. And I don't know, I would love to see Keke get some nominations moving forward. And also, spoiler alert, Ben Aldridge
And spoiler alert. And
and Jim Parsons.
These are our current cover stars. And I'm not sure, I don't know if it was just, it's just the machine of Hollywood, but this is one of the best movies, in my opinion, that came out last year. And I do wonder in my head, is it because it's, these gay roles were by out actors, if that played a role in, it wasn't big or brave enough, because it wasn't a Tom Hanks who was dying as a gay man, in the movie.
I don't mean to laugh. Or is it not Charlize Theron as a serial killing lesbian?
Right. Because it's like, if you had a big straight movie star be in a role like that, I feel like there would have been attention. And of course, Sally Field was fabulous, and I feel like,
Sally Field and the great Bill Irwin, he's
of course,
a legend. So yeah, it feels very strange to me that this was overlooked.
It was definitely suspicious. But here we are.
Here we are in 2023, still having these conversations.
I know. And obviously, we all have our favorite films and we would like to see them garner acclaim and awards attention. But all we can do is just keep talking about it. And I think, our job in LGBTQ media is to point out where the institutions like the Academy really fall short. And also, keep pushing for more projects that feature the diversity of our community.
Right, because, I'll go back to my piece in Tar where it's problematic. Lydia Tarr is a problematic person. She's, predatory and, a sociopath in some ways and a narcissist, definitely. And, my whole point of the piece was, are we ready for queer villains? And I wouldn't be having that conversation if we just had more queer people, queer representation. As long as all of us felt represented in some way, we wouldn't have to question the queer villainy that, has been such a staple in Hollywood going back to, Hitchcock and beyond. So,
And unfortunately, we live in art doesn't operate in a vacuum, right? We're living in a world where art and politics are in conversation. And the fact that we have, right-wing forces that are promoting the narrative of queer villains in order to discriminate against us. And
Right.
these are serious considerations we have to take when we put art out in the world, knowing that only so many examples of them will get Oscar nominations, right?
Right,
But
exactly.
yeah, I will say that like a saving grace of The Whale is that I do think it's um, a story that ultimately shows a really sympathetic portrait of a gay man, you know, who is really just trying to, who is inherently good and is trying to
Right.
seek some, you know, salvation and grace from the world. So, um,
I think that's a
yeah,
good takeaway because I had a lot of trouble getting past the fat phobia, and the way that Darren Aronofsky shot it like a horror movie was really bothersome to me. And I just couldn't help but think how it would be received in the world. Uh, that is, the performances are incredible, but I did have trouble with the way it was shot.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
whereas, you know, Kate Blanchett as Lydia in Tar is the villain, I mean, we really see a hero, a queer hero as the victim in The Whale of societal forces, you
Right.
know, that have literally, you know, wreaking havoc on his body
Right. Right. Right.
in horrific ways. So,
Well, now we need something in between victim and villain, which I think is where everything everywhere all at once comes in to bring it back around.
oh, absolutely. And I think if we consider this a story of also like a story about a mother grappling with her daughter's queerness, but also her own,
Right.
you know, because she is only allowed to explore that side of her in an alternate dimension. Um,
Well, that was like the 80s, Daniel.
I know. I mean, I don't want to get too wonky, but I'm really happy that a movie like that, that's also so different, right?
Yeah.
This isn't like a Crash, which is so like a typical
So
Hollywood vehicle that's trying to attract
don't wind me
nominations.
up about Crash.
I mean, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was just it's nice to see that the Academy is looking outside of traditional places and ideas to find its nominations. We're really seeing that a widening aperture, I'd say, of thought this year.
Fabulous. Well, that is the perfect way to say it. And we will end here. Thank you, Daniel Reynolds, editor in chief of Out. And maybe we can check in later or after the Oscars and see how it all went down.
Well, I'm always down to chat, Tracy.
Thank you so much to Daniel for stopping by. Visit the Advocate channel on YouTube for more award season coverage and my full interviews with this year's biggest nominees. Another win for diversity, this time on the gridiron. For the first time in NFL history, two black quarterbacks will star in the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts will face off when the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles meet in Super Bowl 56. If the Chiefs win, Mahomes will be the first black quarterback to win multiple Super Bowls. If the Eagles win, Jalen Hurts will become the fourth black quarterback to win it. The Chiefs and Eagles face off on February 12th at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. The actress best known for playing the original Wednesday in the Addams Family series has died at the age of 64. Lisa Loring recently had a stroke, and her family removed her from life support. Loring was just 6 years old when she portrayed the iconic, death obsessed, pigtail wearing Wednesday in the Addams Family sitcom. The show only lasted 2 years, but in 1977, Loring reprised her role as Wednesday Sr. in the television film Halloween with the New Addams Family. Her other acting credits include The Pruitts of Southampton, As the World Turns, Fantasy Island, and Barnaby Jones. Last year, actress Jenna Ortega introduced Wednesday to a new generation in the new Netflix series. Ortega says her character pays homage to Loring. That's all the time we have for this edition of Advocate Today. Advocacy content is our mission. Head to advocatechannel.com for coverage that advocates for you. The Advocate Channel is also out now for more content and full interviews. I'm Tracy E. Gilchrist. I'll see you next time.